بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم على أعدائهم أجمعين. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال فبما أغويتني لأقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمائلهم ولتجدن أكثرهم شاكرين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Last night we spoke about the fact that we need to do isti'adah, and that is seeking refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the shaitan himself. When it comes to the shaitan, we identify him as one of our enemies. We have two. One is ourselves, and the second is the shaitan himself. When it comes to the enemies, we always need to understand how we can defend ourselves from these enemies. We need to understand from where they come and how they come. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse, He tells us that Shaitan made a deal with him. He made a covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, you let me be, let me survive, and I will make sure I will misguide your servants as much as I can. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the other hand said to him, sure, you can do your best, see what you can do. He said, according to this verse, he said, I will come to them, which is me and you, from four directions: right, left, front and back. Since the shaitan, he is very determined to misguide me and you, and he is willing to attack me from four directions. My job is to understand why is the shaitan attacking from four directions, and what each direction simplifies to the shaitan. What does it mean for him to come to me from the front or the back, or right or left? Before that, the shaitan himself, he said, I will sit on the straight path. I will stand on the path which is straight. According to the Al-Bayt salamullah alayhim, they said to us the straight path, as-sirat al-mustaqim, is none other than Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salamullah. So the faith, the religion that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam follows is the right path. Me and you, being the followers of Amir al-Mu'mineen, being the Shia of Ali, we need to walk on his path as well. That path is where the shaitan sits and lies. One of the companions of Imam al-Baqir salamullah alayhi, he said to him, Zurara salamullah alayhi, he said to him, what does that mean that the shaitan will sit on the right path? The Imam said to him, the shaitan, he will come to you and the followers of Ali, because the rest, he has nothing to do with them. They've already been misguided. But you are the ones who will come and misguide. Therefore, we need to understand why and how the shaitan will come to us. When we look at the tafsir of this verse, we have many narrations from the Al-Bayt salamullah alayhim, from different imams. They tell us why the shaitan coming to us from four directions. When he said, I will come to them from the front, min amami. This is one of the things that we as human beings deal with mainly. We have hopes and dreams for the future. Our pleasures and desires always lies ahead of us. We're always trying to look at the future and see what it holds for us. So I dream of having a big house, a fancy car, a good-looking wife, a very happy children, and so on and so on. These are the dreams that we have. In that, the shaitan comes, and he's trying to make everything looks nice to me. And you say, well, dream on, live, enjoy your life. You have a very long life ahead of you. You're not going to die. By doing so, we tend to forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we tend to move away from straight path. So this is when we talk about the front. When we talk about the back, min khalfihim, we all have children, we all have built our empires, we built our houses, we worked hard enough, we had wealth, money sitting in the bank accounts. These are the things that we worry about most of the time. I want to make sure that my family live, my kids are happy, my money is still safe. So I keep thinking about what I've done. The more I think about what I've done, the more I stay behind and miss the boat, like we say, or I miss the bus that moves forward. So on that, the shaitan also comes, and he says to me, well, don't worry too much about religion, don't worry that much about things, care about your kids, your family, and stuff like that. So it comes from that direction too. When we look at the right and the left, the right, according to the ulama, and especially the ulama of akhlaq, they say it represents the iman of a person. Your faith is on your right. Your happiness is on the right side. When it comes, especially when it comes to ibadah and worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we see that the shaitan, what he does, especially for those who want to be very strict worshippers, or they want to take God very seriously, sometimes they intend to miss the point of ibadah itself. For example, some people, they tend to read the Quran a lot. They dedicate most of the time for the Quran, or they worship, or they do salah, and they do night prayers, and all the ibadah. So his mind becomes occupied in the ibadah itself, and he forgets Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says, this is not what I want. I don't want you to do too much. Do something simple that I accept, that is for me sincerely. That is much better to me than you spending all your days and nights trying to worship me. So the shaitan comes and says to us, you know what? Pray a lot, fast too much, do this and do that, and then we miss the boat. So we tend to move away from the right, from the straight path, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. So one needs to be very careful when it comes to what he does for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he does not overdo it. Because overdoing it, it makes you remain in the same place. And over time you'll say, you know what, this is getting quite boring, I want to do something else, and then you leave everything. So this is very dangerous. When it comes to the left, and the left represents everything bad, represents our shahawat, our desires, our pleasures. These desires and pleasures, unfortunately, in their nature, they're ugly. The shaitan's job is just to come to me and tell me it looks beautiful. You know, look at this person, look at this, person from the opposite gender. Look at this and look at that. He makes it very nice, he gives it a very nice picture. And without me realizing, I tend to move towards that path. So one needs to be careful, because once you go on that path, it will become very hard to go back to the straight path. So one is always, he's in the scale of moving towards one of the directions. So these are the four directions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to us, the shaitan will attack you from, either from the front, or either the back, or right, or left. So we need to be very careful that we do not lean on one, that we might get misguided. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala left two directions. We have 6 directions. So He told us 4 of them the shaitan will come to me from. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said 2 directions the shaitan cannot come through. One is above and one is below. Min fawqihim wa min tahtihim. The shaitan did not say I can attack them from these 2 directions. Why? According to the Ahlul Bayt Salamullah alayhim, they said the path between Allah and His servant is up. So whatever we do goes up towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not literally but metaphorically. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from above, He sends down His mercy upon us. At the same time from below, He gives us all the benefits that we use for our life, that we sustain our life. So these two ways are the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thus, the shaitan cannot attack and come from these two directions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Ma'idah in verse 66, ولو أنهم أقاموا التوراة والإنجيل وما أنزل إليهم من ربهم لأكلوا من فوقهم ومن تحت أرجلهم. So Allah says, if you go straight, then these two directions, above and below, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you everything that you need to move in your path towards a straight path and to remain on that path. At the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He left that path open for those who are sincere, for those who are worshippers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if we do not obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the same manner that He wants me and you to be in, then these two directions, above and below, will not become directions of mercy anymore. They become directions of pain and punishment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَهُم مِّن فَوْقِهِمْ ظِلَالٌ مِّنَ النَّارِ وَظِلَالٌ مِّنَ النَّارِ وَمِن تَحْتِهِمْ ظِلَالٌ. So these two blessings, they change to hellfire. Depends on my actions. So, if me and you want to be successful, if we want to be happy in this life, we have to walk the path which is a straight path, the path of Ali and Ahlul Bayt Ali. This way we guarantee our safety in this world. Having said that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, considering that He gave the shaitan the free will to come and attack me as much as he can from four directions, Allah gave me the means to defend myself. One of which is al-fitra, what we call innate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala programmed me and every human being to love perfection, to love what we call kamal, that we seek it, that we move towards it. This is one of the ways we protect ourselves from the shaitan. Every time something happens, my inner self tells me this is wrong. You need to do something right. You need to fix it. You need to rectify it. Then I move towards the right path. So this is one of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, al-fitra. The second thing that Allah gave us to protect ourselves when it comes to the shaitan, He gave us the aql, the intellect. With my intellect, I can decide what is right and what is wrong, which is right and which is wrong. By doing that, I do understand when the shaitan is attacking me and from where and how. So we utilize the power of intellect. The third thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gave us, which is outside our control. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the malaika, the angels, to protect me and you. We have what we call ilhamat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at times, when He sees that you need some piece of information, He sees that you need a push to move towards the truth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends angels to us to do that for us. And we can find this in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة. If you move forward towards that path and you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the malaika, the angels will be at your service. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in another verse He says, إذ يوحي ربك إلى الملائكة إني معكم فثبتوا الذين آمنوا. So Allah gives direct orders to the malaika. He says to them, everyone who believes in me, take care of him. Go down, protect him. And according to the narrations, we have 6 angels that protect us from everything that happens in this life. So these are 3 things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me and you that if we utilize them correctly, if we use them correctly, then we will remain on that path. It's not an easy job, it's a very hard job. Every day we are in a battle with ourselves, we are in a battle with the shaitan himself. So 4 directions we're being attacked from. These 4 directions we need to protect ourselves from. So it's not an easy job, like I said, it's an extremely hard job. That's why we see the Prophet ﷺ, when they returned from war, he said, you just returned from the minor jihad and you have to face the major jihad. And they said to him, well, how could this be major? He said, fighting yourself is actually worse. And this is something I practiced myself. I remember when we went with the Hajj Shabi in Iran, war was very easy, actually it was nice. We kind of enjoyed it, we were having fun. But having to face your own demons is extremely hard. Having to stop yourself when it comes to pleasures and desires is extremely hard. This is something we do every day in the month of Ramadan. When they bring food in front of us, how many of us can control ourselves and decide, well, today I'm going to eat less, I'm going to get up hungry. Just a small test that we can do to ourselves, and we will see how the shaitan and the nafs start to kick in. Say, eat this, try this looks nice, and so on. So it's not an easy job, but protecting ourselves from the shaitan. Nevertheless, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I gave you the tools, and I want you to succeed, I want you to win, because the reward is great. So do not miss on the reward. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then, when He talks about the shaitan in the 4 directions, He talks about something else. He says, well actually the shaitan says, not Allah, He says, لَا تَجِدْ أَكْثَرُهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. You will not find most of them shakirin, thankful. Now what does it mean to be thankful? Is it just me saying Alhamdulillah, or there's more to it? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us enough life to survive until tomorrow, we will talk about the concept of shukr that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do. Here I conclude, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala ali baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin.